Welcome to the podcast where we take a deep dive into the stories behind construction business leaders. We will share how they got started, how they found success, and the lessons learned along the way. I'm your host, Eric Fortenberry. Welcome to Builder Stories. Welcome back, everybody. I am here today with Erica and Beth from Girl Flip. They are based in Los Angeles, California. I am really excited to have y'all on. I hear we've got a really interesting story coming, so I want to welcome you to Builder Stories, and glad to have you on.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Awesome.
It's a pleasure.
Yes. So fun.
Yeah, so why don't y'all go ahead and tell us who you are, what's your background, what's Girl Flip, how'd you get it started? Kind of give us the backstory.
Oh, all right. I'm Erica.
I'm Beth.
And I'm the general contractor for Girl Flip and the CEO.
And I'm the head of operations and sales. And we work together and we're married.
Yes. Yes. It is very, it is an amazing growth opportunity as a couple and as entrepreneurs. So,
Girl Flip, how'd you get started?
Yeah. So, we started the company in 2021. We're a startup, considered a startup, and hit the ground running. And it's been like back to back jobs. Right now we have 2 full gut remodels. We just finished a huge project with a full gut remodel and then ground up ADU and then an additional 1,500 square foot recording studio, which is a very specialized technique that we were builders and worked closely with an acoustic designer on that. Yeah, it's totally different. It's interesting and an amazing growth and learning opportunity for us. Let's see. So to get started, I guess you could say I'm a serial entrepreneur, and I've been selling and creating since I was 7 years old. Basically started with the fact that I realized that I could make something cool, whatever that other people liked, sell it, and then get money, and then create opportunity and value. And that's just the basic premises of why I'm an entrepreneur and why I've been doing it for so long. Besides being completely unemployable and, like never having really a job. So I wouldn't be able to be hired.
Oh, no. I used to sell franchises. I would never sell a franchise to her or anything. So no, I would never have her work for me. I just work for her. That's the
Yeah.
Well, so construction, I mean, what's the draw into that?
So, as a creator, I consider myself a creator and a builder. I've been building for a very long time, ever since I was like 2 years old, very interested in building and creating. And actually, like, I have a picture when I'm 2 with, concrete and, like just trying to lay down concrete with my dad while he was pouring. And very handy, very into technology. I've been working with tech stuff since the 80s. My dad was coding since the 90s. I mean, the 60s. Like he was one of the first, in like 60s with the big computers. So love all the new technology in the home building space. But as an entrepreneur, like I said, I've always been selling products. So I'd create products and sell them. Accessories, backgammon sets, handbags, jewelry. For a very long time, about 20 years, sold over 3 million products, grossed like $25 million sales. And then COVID hit, and basically flatlined that business. And throughout the years, I'd been building for myself and for our own properties. And whatever office space, I would knock down walls and build lofts, and any house I was in, I would, completely, redo it and build it. And I, about 2010, I hooked up with a builder and we started doing things together. And when COVID hit and it basically flatlined my business, we had an income property, and we had tenants that
They turned it into a grow house.
Yeah, it was,
and it wasn't just like a few little marijuana plants.
Yeah.
It was like the entire house was, water lines were broken into, electricity. They went into the. I mean, it was a fire hazard. There was humidity, like the wall.
99% humidity. The walls were like falling off. Yeah, so a full gut remodel income property that we worked on because like all our orders went away, all our accounts were gone. This is COVID, right?
No.
And so during COVID, I think we were at Home Depot probably every single day.
Completely.
And we did a gut remodel on this property, and I was just like, I love this. Everyone's constantly asking me, hey, do you have a guy for this? Do you have a guy for that? Can you do this? Can you do that? And I was like, I've been very handy. I've got my own like tools. I would, just put up shelves and little things. And so when I was doing that, I was like, I'd go into a space and the guys would be like, ooh, handy girl, whatever. And it just wasn't very comfortable. And it didn't feel very good. And then in 2021, I kind of woke up and I was like, oh my God, girl flip. I'm like, it just came to me, like literally just came to me, like down from like God, another higher source or something. And we started talking about it. And there was just women coming out of the woodworks, just supporting us, going, oh, wow, I want to be in construction. Tell the story about when with the truck, when we pulled up with our logo on the side.
Yeah, we have a truck. It's branded, Girl Flip, and we have these women that stop us and just say, "Oh my gosh, like, what is this all about?" I feel like I could do this when we tell them it's in, we're in construction, and they're empowered, and that's what really Girl Flip, is beyond us. It's beyond construction. It is really empowering women to get into trades. So we want it, I don't want to say normalize women. I hate using that word, but we want it to be normal for women to be in trades. We want it to be normal for when our daughter, who's 2.5 right now, when she's possibly running Girl Flip, people aren't going to go, oh, a girl? Like that shouldn't, and our son who's 11 is already saying, yeah, you run it, I'll be the architect. So it's great,
it's really a place for us to inspire and support, just inspire and open up the door for diversity, whatever that is. Construction, old-fashioned construction is really, I hate to say this, but it's like a 60-year-old, white man's world. And I think there's a new generation of builders coming up and saying, you know what? We would do this differently. Like when we talk to the homeowner, it's not this our way or the highway.
Yeah.
Like we approach the homeowner and we say, okay, what are you looking for? What do you want? What are your pain points? What are your struggles? Like, why aren't you in your dream, project right now? What's stopping you?
Sure.
So we're going deeper,
Yeah, and I think that's one of the things that really makes us stand out and be different than a part of the construction people that we know of in this area, because we take the time to really communicate and listen up front prior to any type of contract. We're uncovering all those needs and wants before we even start sending the contract and the estimate and so forth. So sure. It's really setting us up for success, prior and then listening to them. Things change, things happen, life happens, we understand that life happens, and we're here to help you to be able to adapt to when life changes.
That's awesome. What a great story. So how's the business structured? Like what's each of your roles, and how, I'm also curious, how does, family and work, how do you balance that work-life balance, work-life balance?
Yeah, a really good nanny.
Yeah. And a great business coach.
No,
we have support.
Yeah, we have a lot of support, and we're very fortunate. We have a top-notch 4-woman right now, who's going out on all of our projects.
Superintendent.
Sorry, we just promoted her.
Yeah. A superintendent. Yeah. We have an amazing project manager. It's all, basically the top people running the business are all women.
Sure.
And people are just supporting us. They're loving this new kind of freshness when it comes to construction. The clients are loving it. The real estate agents are loving it. The inspectors, when I come out and I meet with an inspector, I'm like, hey, I know you have this great experience and, we want to do things the way that they're meant to be. Tell us and, enlighten us basically. Instead of it coming at, my way, your way. We are all about collaboration.
That's awesome.
Even with other general contractors, I'll come in and I'll call, I'll just say, hey, we're doing it this way. How would you do it? And what's the best, outcome for our homeowners? I mean, we're trying to be the opposite of separate.
Yeah,
basically.
And I would say another big thing that's helping us a lot is JobTread. Right now, it has been a magical software for us. I mean, truly. We tried others at the beginning, and it was trash compared to. I mean,
we had nothing. That's the thing. I was doing it. So for the first year, I was doing it by myself. It's a startup. We didn't have, enough funds to really, she was working at another startup. We didn't have a project manager. We didn't have a forewoman or superintendent. So I was doing it all on my own and flying by the seat of my pants, which I love, as an entrepreneur. It's like one of my favorite things to do.
And I can't stand it.
No one's telling me what to do. I got it all under control. Right. And then as we started getting more projects, it was not scalable. It was not manageable.
Right.
And now I'm paying the price, really, to be quite honest with you. I wish I had JobTread in the beginning. And would have invested that money, because it's really not that much money compared to how much value and heartache I am now, because we weren't set up for success.
Right. Yeah. But the value that you get, and then just the software, just the way it's, you're able to customize it, and the integrations that make it so easy. So we're not doing the double entry all the time, for example, in QuickBooks and so forth. And then just the support has been outstanding. I mean, we are constantly, she jokes all the time. She wakes up in the morning and the first call is to Stephanie, our accountant, our account manager.
I love her. I swear to God, if I would, she's lucky I don't live near her, because I would just say, oh, I'm in the neighborhood, oh, I see you again at the market. Yeah.
But there's no way you can really do this business anymore if you want to scale and be profitable and grow and have the mission that we have, which is to empower women to get into this. You can't do it with Excel spreadsheets and notepads anymore. And you have to use a platform software like JobTread. And to us, it is the only one. And that's what we do. And so that's an integral part of how we're able to scale awesome. Right now. So we appreciate it.
Yeah, I could cry. I was in tears when I was like, oh my God, it does this. Literally, I was crying.
That's awesome.
So yeah.
So I'm curious. I mean, do you, so you're doing remodels is what it sounds like. Is there kind of like a typical project that are you trying to focus on, kitchens or baths, or just kind of anything inside the house? What does your ideal customer, your ideal project look like?
Yeah. No, we've been doing, because of the market and so forth right now, a lot of remodels, especially here in Southern California. And we're fortunate that we have a lot of beautiful homes around here and people that want to invest in their homes and do remodels. So yes.
Yeah. Don't let the name fool you.
Yeah.
We're not flippers, and nor do we want to be flipping. What we're doing is we're flipping the industry on its head. We're disruptors. Yeah. And that's why it's called Girl Flip. Yeah. We do A to Z construction. We do, full gut remodels. We do ground up building. And
right now in California, we have a lot of opportunity that we've been experienced with some of the legislation recently that's really encouraging homeowners to, it's called SB9, or the California Home Act. And it's really encouraging homeowners to build additional units on their property. And there's a whole bunch of other stuff, but just that's the simple version of it. And so right now we've completed one full new build ADU, and then we have a garage conversion that's going to be split into 2 separate units. And I mean, this is becoming very popular because it's helping the homeowners to build them for financial future success beyond just stock market, and they can actually stay in their homes, because that's another issue that they're having, is being able to pay to stay in their homes. So now they have these rental properties, and we're helping out here in California, especially Southern California. We have issues with, affordable home and renting and so forth. So this is really, it's a great opportunity right now that we're taking advantage of. And I think that's going to be a huge thing for the coming year in 2024. And then we
do have 2 gut remodels right now for an actual pretty famous flipper named Tarek Elmoso that we're doing, and we're going to be on HGTV for the 2 houses. He each season they do, I think, 14 houses, and we're doing 2 houses for him as the general contractor. Yeah.
So that'll air. Thank you. That'll air in spring of 2024, and cross our fingers, it'll be worth all that hard work working for flippers, because that is not easy.
I know. Oh my God, I feel like we're in construction boot camp.
Yeah.
It's intense.
Yeah. Well, feel free to pop up the JobTread on a couple shots there.
Let me pull out our software.
That's exciting. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Super excited for y'all. Congrats for getting that great opportunity. Sounds like obviously still fairly early on, but I can tell the passion, the energy, the excitement is there. That's I think that's one of the most important characteristics or traits that we look for anytime we're bringing people to our team, is like just people that have that passion for what you're doing, and it helps them to just make sure that anything they do, you're going to excel because of how excited you are. And I believe you can't pay people any amount of money to be passionate. Like, you either have it in your gut or you don't. Y'all clearly have the passion, and I love it.
Yeah, well, we have a why. We have a really big why, and that's to change the way people think about women in construction. Yeah. And that's to open up opportunities and like even put it on the table, because it hasn't been put on the table for women. My generation, her generation, no one would ever think in a million years there'd be a female plumber or a female electrician. Yeah. And it's happening, and we're coming in by numbers, and it's being encouraged, and there's grants being offered, commercially, and, because the trades, it's a dying occupation. I don't know if you know about that. I'm sure you do, but like supposedly one of the stats is 50% of the trades will be retiring within the next 10 years.
Yeah, there's definitely not enough to fill the gap that's coming.
Yeah. So, I feel like that is our why, and it's a big why to hold on to when you're in the trenches and you're doing a budget and you're looking at your numbers and your line item is, in the red.
No.
It happens, sir. That's the thing. That's one of the struggles. It's like you underbid a line item and you have to make up for it in another area, and it's constantly happening. Yeah. So it's part of the business.
So the actual workers, I assume y'all aren't necessarily out swinging the hammer and doing the work. You're sort of managing the business now, and sounds like you've got a superintendent, project manager. So how are you actually getting the work done? Are you using like subcontractors, trade partners, or are you looking to hire, your own kind of, W-2 employees to actually specialize in, the different trades that you need to get done?
We have like a hybrid. We do some self-performing, and then we do some subcontracting.
Okay.
Yeah. So the things that we can do pretty easily will self-perform. And then the trades like plumbing and electrical and roofing, we want to bring in a licensed subcontractor.
Gotcha. So how do y'all manage like kind of your time? Are you primarily focused on, like, it sounds like sales and estimating? You've got the design.
Oh my God. Okay. I open my eyes at 6:30 and it's work till 11.
Till 11.
This is startup. We're in startup mode. You guys know startup mode.
Oh, yeah.
It's a 24/7 gig, and if you don't like it, then don't start a business.
Yeah.
So until we're in a position where we can start, we're starting now to delegate more and get the right people in the right place at the right time, which is super important, obviously.
Sure.
Getting the processes in place. And that's another thing, with the I know I'm all about systems and processes. I'm an operations person, and this one's like, go, go, go. And I'm always like, we've got to slow down to speed up, but this one just likes to just, so anyway, another great thing about JobTread is that you have some built-in processes that we were trying to implement either through using our previous, tools like Excel spreadsheets and the previous, software program, and just the easy built-in processes that are already there, sending out the bid, getting the signatures, vice versa, all of that stuff, and the contracts, and getting, that's key,
It's a lifesaver. Honestly, JobTread, in the terms of the miscommunication between the subcontractor, the contractor, and the homeowner, it's just a lot of defragmentation.
Yeah.
And when there's so much miscommunication, there's a lot of opportunity for disconnect, and that goes against our mission, which is collaboration, transparency, integrity, communication. So JobTread is helping us in that area, and we're stoked.
That's awesome. I love it. I love hearing about it. Yeah, and we're continuing to, just as we keep growing too. We listen to our partners, our customers. Just continuing to add and improve the software. So, would love to continue hearing any ways that, you all see that we could improve this. It's how we can work together to keep building the best possible product so that you can give, your clients, the homeowners, that best, customer experience possible. So yeah, it's really exciting to see like how passionate, you all are. And I'm curious, I mean, where do you want to see the business in, 5 years, 10 years? Like what's the big vision here?
Yeah, it would be not waking up at 6 in the morning, going to sleep at 11. Yeah, that's that.
I mean, working 24/7. That's our goal, is to really, employ more people, bring more opportunity to people, be able to run, 5 to 10 jobs a year easily, seamlessly, like a well-oiled machine.
Sure.
We just nice and boring, I'm looking for nice and boring.
Is good.
Yeah, boring is good when you're operating a company. We want to just churn and burn and have these processes in place, and grow as much as we possibly can at that time.
Sure.
So I mean, I see Girl Flip really as a hub, an inspiration hub, that besides building an amazing product for a homeowner, we want to inspire other people so they can do it. They feel they can do it too.
Yeah, that's awesome. I actually just got off a call with someone who he's basically got a deck building business that he's done a great job building it up, but he's actually now starting a new coaching community, mastermind community called Freedom Brothers, where his whole goal is to basically take everything that he's learned and show how he's built his business, and he's actually located in Hawaii. His business is in in Alaska, and so the whole premise is to take his entire JobTread and he's just going to give it to all these people who just come join his program, and it's just all about helping them be able to build businesses and be successful. And I think it'd be super cool to see y'all create some sort of community group like that too, where you can empower women all over the country to be able to do this same thing. And it's like being able to learn from your experience. Obviously you see how hard it is to kind of get a business up and going. Those early years are very, very hard when you don't have the systems and the processes in place, but at some point, maybe that's something that you'd want to look at, just, figuring out a vehicle where you could share that, so it's not only the inspiration and the passion, but hey, here are the tools, the processes, everything that you need to build your business too. Could be something really cool to see.
Yeah,
I love it. And our superintendent has already approached us and said, I could do all the training. I could do training for little kids, little girls and boys that want to learn to throw around some hammers, it's just yes, I agree with you.
There's an education process there. And, with the help of the systems and processes and software, we can utilize, expand, into a training and education.
And we've had a
space.
lot of dads approach us and say, I love what you're doing. I have daughters.
Girl dads.
Yeah, girl dads. And those are, we love them. The girl dads that come to us. And those, to set up a program where dads are empowering their daughters to be in the trades and so forth and learn to build. That's something too that's really special that I think we can tap into as well.
That's awesome. What would you say has been the biggest challenge for you that you know, maybe you didn't expect, or maybe you did, but like, has it been on the sales side or on the operations side, you know, or something else? Like what's your biggest challenge?
Time.
Yeah, time, but also I think within internally, you know, when you're working with a subcontractor, we had, you know, a really unfortunate situation with a subcontractor. We paid them in full. And of course, we didn't have the systems and processes in place, you know, to get a release or whatever to say that we paid in full for the work. And he didn't pay his guy. And the guy's coming after us. And I hear this all the time, even with other contractors on huge properties, on big, you know, multi-million dollars. I mean, we were lucky that it was only a $5,000 payment, but one of a contractor, a construction manager I know, was telling me that there was an outstanding bill by the contractor for $600,000 to a subcontractor. Yeah. So I know it's happening, and it's happening a lot within the community. And it's something that, you know, I think that with a program like JobTread, with systems and processes in place, you can avoid situations like that.
Yeah. That's never a fun lesson to learn. And you know, I always hate hearing stories like that. It's, you know, and that's what gives all contractors a bad rap, is when you got, you know, a couple of those bad apples that just, they're not responsible, they're not ethical, and it's a really tough thing. And unfortunately, you know, a lot of times great businesses or the homeowners end up, you know, the victims here.
But sometimes too, it's the contractor just getting overwhelmed. They don't have their numbers. They don't have a system. They don't have, you know, it's not necessarily that. I mean, I'm sure there's some, you know,
very
unethical stuff going on there, because you always pay your people before you pay yourself, you know, but the reason why they might get overwhelmed is because they don't have any kind of grasp on what's going on.
100%. That's exactly right. You know, and it's if you don't know your numbers, you know, you have a very shaky house. You know, you got to really have a good foundation, understand your cost, you know, what you need to charge, what your overhead is, you know, just figuring out, well, what does it need? You know, what does your business need to earn on a project to keep the lights on and to keep growing and investing in all the things that you need to keep building the business. And, you know, a lot of people really struggle with that. I mean, I see that all the time. So it's, you know, sounds like you guys have, you know, y'all have really kind of honed that in though, and are really able to build profitable, you know, jobs. I assume. Are you guys? Do you have like a target profit margin that you're trying to achieve on every project?
I mean, you know, any business that you're running, you have standards that you need to hit, you know, between like 30 and 45% margins. You know, I mean, if you're working on lower margins than that, you're going to lose money after taxes. So there's just industry standards as an entrepreneur on margins you want to hit.
Yeah.
You know, the home, when you're building, that's why I love coming from product development. A house is the ultimate product, right? You know, it's just a big product with lots of little products inside, you know? So if you have something that, you know, a water bottle that costs you $5, you need to make sure that you're selling it enough to keep the lights on, right?
Yeah.
So,
so I'm curious, when, you know, when you get into a project and you have a challenge that comes up, I mean, how do you handle that? I mean, I assume, are you running your jobs like fixed price, or are you doing cost plus?
we do fixed price, you know, lump sum.
Price. And
Yes.
so, you know, when, you know, again, when changes come up, I mean, are you doing change orders? Are you, you know, basically having to kind of adjust, you know, the project based on those demands, or are you trying to flush out everything up front and, you know?
Well, we do our best up front, you know, we really do. And that's part of us going through, you know, at the beginning when we were talking about, we want to set this up for success. We're trying to make sure that we're not going to just be change order.
Yeah.
So we're good about that. What we're learning though is with, like, you know, when you're working for flippers, the margins, you know, that we were just talking about, they're way smaller than that. And so that's something where, you know, unfortunately, we do have to do more change orders than we probably would on a conventional
regular residential.
Yeah.
Right. And, you know, you also go, you know, even with residential, you have an owner come in and go, oh, I know I said that, but I don't really like it. You know, they're constantly, oh, but it doesn't look the way I wanted it to.
Yeah.
And that's just kind of the nature of the game, because you're visualizing and trying to see what it's going to be like. We use 3D renderings. We don't charge anything for it. We have someone do room by room renderings for every single room before we even step into a project.
Wow.
Yeah.
It really helps
helps.
to
It's worth
eliminate
it.
the miscommunication, and so that we aren't having to always, because a lot of people are very visual. So we build it, and then without a rendering, they might go, no, 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 I don't want it this way, or move the, so the renderings really are
And
helping
it helps
us.
with our subcontractors too. So they have an idea. Okay. Oh, I didn't realize you wanted herringbone or whatever on the wall. Oh, I got to float that. That's going to be a different price,
Yeah, that's a good point.
So it helps with a lot of the miscommunication and the margin of error. I mean, people don't like to give that much detail up front because they want there to be a little ambiguity just in case of something.
Yeah.
But
how do you I gotta imagine that you've got a pretty compelling marketing strategy here, and being able to leverage your story, your passion. Tell us how are you how are you doing kind of your marketing, advertising, what is it that where are the leads coming from, what's working well for y'all?
all word of mouth, all completely organic. We haven't spent one dime.
Well, we do have our social media
Yeah,
stuff going.
we have a social media person that we spend, a minimal amount of money a month so that we don't have to do it. And he's phenomenal. He's, he comes up with really creative ideas for content, which we love.
Well, and it's part of like kind of what's great about it is he's come up with kind of like the funny stuff. So that's really what got our brand, kind of exposure and Girl Flip. I mean, we have a really big following on social media, and what we do is we kind of played on the whole thing. Everyone doesn't think construction workers are busy, and so we make fun with some of our employees and some of our subs on the job. They're trying to look busy all the time. So it's this big funny thing, but then we intermix with, hey, do you want to take advantage of financial freedom, build an ADU, that kind of stuff. So we intermix with the lead gen type stuff with the funny brand exposure. And that's been really helping us. So not only are we getting leads that are coming in for us as customers, but we're also, with the funny stuff, we're getting a lot of, subcontractors that are reaching out saying, hey, I'd love an opportunity. So, we feel like we're able to, give them a call and vet them and test them out sometimes if they're in our area.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, testimonials, word of mouth, it's the best customers you can get. And got to imagine the experience, it seems like you're selling more than just a product. You're giving them a full experience to help them get their remodels accomplished. So that's super cool.
Absolutely. Yeah. We're building for people like we would build for ourselves. And I get super attached to the projects.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I feel like they're my home, and I really embody the energy of it being like my home. Whereas they're like, we're done. You can leave now, like, but there are things that come up, and if someone isn't happy, for me, it's more important that I make sure to do what I can. We had a job where we went really super fast because they were doing a double mortgage. We work with real estate agents a lot. And so this one client, they bought the house, they wanted to remodel and move in. And so we had like 2 months to do a lot of work. And we had trades on top of trades. And when that happens, there's a lot of room for error. And there was a chevron entryway that, wasn't centered properly. And, my margins weren't great because I'm trying to get out there. So we came in, less under bidding. And I was like, with the client at the end, I'm like, she's like, yeah, this form. I'm like, well, what do you want me to do? Pull it up? And I just saw her face and I was like, oh my God, she wants me to redo this right here.
Yeah.
And we did, we did, because this is word of mouth. This is, at the end of the day, it's our names that's on our product. And it's not about the money, yes, we would love to have opportunity and freedom, but really at the end of the day, it's making sure that we deliver a product that is going to make the homeowner happy, So
well, good for you for taking care of her.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So I'm just this is such an inspiring story. I'm curious what advice would you give to, to other women out there who, they're hearing your story, maybe they're in the, in the trades already, or maybe they want to get into the trades, what advice would you give them?
I mean, I had, women, the employees at Home Depot come up to me and go, I want to be a general contractor. And it's just like, you know what? Just do it. Like, take the next indicated step and take action. Just do it. Go to a school, work under another contractor, and learn and, take the exam, do the quizzes over and over again, and just do it, because everyone starts somewhere. Nobody starts as an expert. We all are growing and learning.
Mhm.
And, what stops us from doing anything is ourself believing that we can't do it. So if you get into action and just move your legs and use your hands and get out of your head, and do the next indicated action, and keep your vision in your forefront, I would say you can't lose. So.
And just a reminder that you're not alone. We've all started, we've all been there. And one of the best things I've learned from our superintendent, our forewoman out there, is everything in construction is fixable. So just, don't worry. Like, even though it looks like it's, oh my gosh, I can't believe that, just, don't worry. It's fixable. She always says, Beth, it's fixable. Don't worry. We got this, so just know that it's fixable.
Yes.
It's great advice.
I think Muhammad Ali said it doesn't matter how many times you get, knocked down. It's about how you get back up. It's something like that. I just butchered that quote, but that's the premise behind it. It's resilience and, just being unstoppable. Have your vision in mind, and don't let anyone tell you what to do. And of course, don't take no for an answer. So entrepreneurial 101, don't take no for an answer.
I love it. That's right. No just means you need more information.
Oh, I love that. I
Exactly.
love that. I'm going to take that one.
No just means on.
Awesome. Well, what's a good way for everyone out there listening who wants to follow along with your story? Obviously you've got a really great Instagram, Girl Flip. Are there other ways that people might be able to kind of follow along with your journey?
Yeah, I mean, Girl Flip on Instagram, and TikTok, girlflip.com.
Yep.
Email us, call us, text us. We're here for you.
Awesome. Well, we will definitely share kind of all those links and stuff on the episode podcast here. So I want to thank you both for taking the time to share your story. It's such a great story, very inspirational. I hope all the women out there who are already in the trades or thinking about getting in the trades, or maybe they want to start their own construction business, can hear how, exciting it can be. You can be successful. It doesn't matter, what your upbringing is. If you put in the work, if you're passionate, if you're dedicated to making it happen, I have no doubt that you can build a successful business too. Erica and Beth have done a great job, showcasing it can be done. And I'm excited to see you all on HGTV and see where this thing goes in the next 5-10 years. I'll certainly be following along. Can't wait to meet you in person. Hopefully we can, see you down here at JobTread Connect, in January. But, if not, whenever our paths cross, I can't wait to hang out with y'all and just keep picking your brains, because you're incredible. And I appreciate you. Thank you for, being such a great model to everyone else out there.
I have goosebumps. That's amazing.
Thank you so
Eric.
much. Thank you guys. And thank your entire team. And I mean, your customer support has just been incredible. They probably all know me for sure. I mean, I know them all. I like how
she's like, is this Travis?
Ross. Hey, Travis. Hey, Ross. Hey, Chris. I'm like, literally, they're like, is it Eric again? Yeah, it's Eric. So, I mean, we love you guys.
And then your other customers that you have, like when we get
oh
on
my
those,
God, yeah,
so amazing.
We got another call. Yeah,
we've exchanged emails with some of them, and it's just, just love you guys.
The community is amazing.
Yeah, it really is. And that's, again, it's a rising tide lifts all boats. We can all help each other learn and grow and share just together we can all win. There's just such a great opportunity for people and for, for all the contractors out there to continue working together, working with us too. We just value the opportunity to learn, from the things that are working, the things that aren't working. That helps us continue to build a better product, which will hopefully in turn help everyone out there build better businesses that are more profitable, more successful, let you get a little bit more of that family time, a little less waking up early, a little more sleeping in. But yeah.
I appreciate it.
Thank you again, Erica and Beth. It's great to talk to you. Great to have you on. And yeah, we're going to be following along with your journey.
Thank you.
Cool. Thank
you.
you.
Take care. Bye-bye.
See ya. Thanks for joining us for this episode of Builder Stories. We hope you enjoyed the conversation and gained valuable insights that can help you in your journey along the way. Don't forget to subscribe to the show and leave us a review. And as always, if you or someone you know has a story to share, please contact us at builderstories.com. We'd love to hear from you. I'm Eric Fortenberry, and remember, every builder has a unique story. Keep building yours.